Friends, hello, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. We have hockey. In the month of June, Stanley Cup Finals. The frozen pond is now just a pond. We got Edmonton, we have Florida in the Stanley Cup Finals rematch. Edmonton coming in once again. Might have heard of him. Connor McDavid, kind of good at hockey a little bit. Could be a little better. Leon Draisaitl, the best center duo in the league right now. Nugent Hopkins, Corey Perry, Kapanen. As we know, very talked about over the years. The depth not is, when you got those kind of guys around you, it does stand out a little bit. But we have to remember, dealing with not just the depth, but also some injury woes as well. Are we going to see Mr. Playoffs, Calvin Pickard, get some playing time? He's been a backup in there. He's going to play now. Is he ready to go full time once again? With Stuart Skinner, been holding things down. People were kind of worried about Stuart there for a little bit, but holding him down. He's not undefeated like Calvin is in the playoffs, but he's been doing all right. Over there on defense, Ekholm, Bouchard, Kulak, Nurse. Not too shabby. Meanwhile, the Florida Panthers, the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions, 3 years in a row. They will be in the Stanley Cup Finals. Florida has been dominating the NHL Stanley Cup Finals of late. You had Tampa, now you had the Panthers. Rodriguez, Barkov, Reinhardt. We hear a lot of talk, not to get hockey political up in here. We hear a lot of talk though about it's the no state tax. How nice must it be to have no state tax? But we often forget ever so often was Nikita Kucherov being what was a fourth round pick. Matthew Tkachuk. The Florida Panthers changed their franchise around when they traded Jonathan Huberdeau. At the time, he was like, why would you do that? For Matthew Tkachuk, they changed the culture. They changed the style. You brought guys in on the low like Sam Bennett and turned this team into a physical, grueling, playoff style hockey club, and they are winning, and they are winning a lot. At the time, you brought in Sergei Bobrovsky, you paid him all that money. That was the funny thing about it. If we ever talk about the state tax, and I do see the advantages. There's advantages to everything. Just like Toronto's advantage is, hey, everybody grows up a Toronto fan because of how popular hockey is around there. So it's like guys like Tavares want to go play there. Naturally, players want to play where the good players are, teams that contend. But the thing that was so interesting with Florida is how bad they was for so long. They bring in a guy like Sergei Bobrovsky, and we seen what happened with Carey Price. Carey Price comes over there to Montreal Canadiens, and it's just like you pay him, outstanding goalie, but you pay him all that money, and it feels like it handicaps your team moving forward. And instead of that, you get Sergei Bobrovsky 3 times now. It was the first year, right, where he was absolutely stellar until they got to the finals and he kind of fell off a little bit there, put the team on his back. And since then, teams really gained a lot of belief in themselves and in their abilities. They become the most dangerous team in the Eastern Conference without question. They're going to go up against Connor McDavid and company. Connor McDavid, we know how good this man's been. We know, again, storied journey of one and done's in the playoffs, missing the playoffs. Finally, things coming together. Finally, this man putting his team on his back in the postseason, playing some excellent hockey. Right now, Draisaitl going to get things going. Can't leave out Leon. What a player he is as well. Period 2, 1-1. Expected nothing less than a low-scoring game between these two teams, grinding across just a couple goals to win it. Edmonton power play killed off. Florida power play killed off. Nothing doing. Florida going to get another power play. Can they make something of this one? The answer is no. Whole lot of power plays, whole lot of good special teams action here on the defensive side of the puck. 2 minutes left. We're going to head into overtime in game 1. You expect nothing less. Bobrovsky just making a house worth of saves. They're up late, but really just not a lot of action. Final 7 minutes of the game, we see, final 7 minutes of the game, we've seen 3 shots. Only 4 in the second half of the period. It was pretty crazy. Here we go. Next goal wins. 28 shots to 33. Bobrovsky with the save. Power play for the Oilers. That's a tough power play to kill off. They will. Bobrovsky makes 3 big saves. Another power play. You just cannot continue to put the Edmonton Oilers on the power play, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to get got by Connor McDavid and company. Game 1. Edmonton wins it. Here we go. Game number 2. What do we have in store for this one? Florida, Edmonton, tied at 0 after 1. We got donuts, and now we finally got one to go board. Connor Brown, will he participate in the action? We will find out. Nonetheless, Oilers won. Florida getting it right back. Rodriguez, big goal on Skinner there. All of a sudden, Florida's right back into this one, much like we was last game. Shots 26-26, power play Florida, 1-1 game, heading into the back half of the third period. Things starting to tighten up a little bit more action out of the Florida Panthers this time. There's Corey Perry with a couple shots on Bobrovsky, nothing doing there. Shot out wide there by Corey Perry again, nothing doing there. We're going to a second straight overtime. This is the time of the year where the champions are made, and they are earning it, no question about it. I mean, you're talking 8 periods of play now. 2 periods in. We're as deep into the season as you could possibly get. I hope you got plenty of rest. Florida a little bit more than Edmonton, because they are going to need it. Bobrovsky, big save there by Connor McDavid, 2 in a row. One by Draisaitl. There's the third shot. There's the game winner. Edmonton's going to pull away 2-1 or 2-0 on a series, 2-1 in the game. Connor Brown does it again. It's been the Connor Brown and Connor McDavid show. The Connor show, if you will. But right now, Edmonton, they are feeling it. They are smelling it. Finally, the generational talent, the best of the generation, is finally getting close to securing what is ever so important when you talk about GOATs in sports, and that is championships. 2-0 Edmonton here. Klingberg, Corey Perry on Sergei Bobrovsky. It is 3-0. Edmonton is looking to pull away from this one. They are looking now to get the brooms out. Power play Florida. 5-on-4 comes up empty-handed. Edmonton with the insurance. That's it. Thank you for playing Corey Perry, the man that has more playoff games played than half the freaking league does. That was a wild stat I seen the other day. Corey Perry and company. Oh, that's it. That is it. 5-0. Edmonton's going to win this one. Corey Perry, the journeyman, always seems to be an effective player, a cog on a team late in his career, just enjoying life, playing some puck still. 3-0. Here we go. Game 4. All or nothing for the Florida Panthers here. They have to win this one. Finally jump ahead to the lead. Brad Marchand and company. We've heard a lot about Brad Marchand on this Florida Panthers team. And there's a couple more. Alexander Barkov, Sam Bennett, a couple goals. Your leaders are starting to lead for Florida, but do they have enough in them to do it for 4 consecutive games? Power play comes up empty-handed there for the Florida Panthers. Edmonton's going to get one of them own. Can they get back into this game? Can they? No. The answer is no. That was the quick answer to that one before we even hyped it up a little bit. Power play is over. Bob gonna get the blank job out. Little confidence, little momentum. We was talking about it earlier. When Bobrovsky gets hot, he can carry a team. He's been playing stellar though, and the team has not been scoring goals in his defense. But maybe that shutout does things differently. Bennett with the goal, Nosek with the goal, Ekholm as well at the top of the point. It is 2-1 Florida. And Florida's going to get another one there. It is 3-1. Matthew Tkachuk right in front of Stuart Skinner's grill. It'd be allowing those too often. Can Florida do much more? No, it's going to be Victor Arvidsson and company battling back in this one for the Edmonton Oilers. Once again, Florida finds themselves with a 1-goal lead. It has been an exciting playoff series, to say the very least. All goals heading into the third period, or all games been within 1 goal just about. Besides these last 2, we've had a couple overtime throws. We've had a couple 1-goal games. We've had a big save there by Stuart Skinner to keep his team in it. Right inside the crease there was Verhaeghe. There's the insurance goal though. Florida's going to do it. Florida was all over those Edmonton Oilers in the third period. 14-10. A lot of them came at the end of the game there. And now all of a sudden we got to start knocking on that door. One more win. We're going to a game 7. Florida 3-0 early. Verhaeghe, Rodriguez, and Luostarinen. It is a game you cannot count this Florida Panthers team out. I was seeing the flashbacks the other day when the Florida Panthers were down 3-1 to the Boston Bruins. At that moment, who's seen the turnaround? Who's seen 3 Stanley Cup final appearances in a row? What other way to cap things off this season for the Florida Panthers at a 3-0 come from behind victory in this series? Power play Florida, chance to get the insurance goal. It's not going to happen. Power play Edmonton, chance to get back into it. It is not going to happen. Florida is going to win this one. It is 3-3. Game 7. Both teams 3-game win streaks. Both teams giving it their all. Both teams bringing it down to the wire. I would expect nothing less Then a Game 7 overtime game here, 2-1 early. The team that jumps ahead has just about won every game in this series, though. Power play by Kapanen. You have Mikola. You have Arvidsson. Period number 2. Can we see things change? Because Florida's going to have to play from behind. When they play from behind, I want to say I was not keeping it close enough track. I want to say it is 6-0. The team that jumps ahead early is the team that ends up winning it. They might know because Florida came from behind to tie the 1. Even that one they lost. There's the game tire, though. Power play. Florida's going to put 2 in the back of the net right away. Lundell Reinhart, 2 goals, minute and 15 seconds. And Florida is in the driver's seat heading into the 3rd period. Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals, championship on the line, championship minutes, and Florida's getting hot. Go, I got it. Go, okay, goal by Florida. I botched that 7 times in a row. It just looking at it, my tongue hurts just looking at it. 10 minutes left. Florida finds themselves 9 minutes away from back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals. Who had that one on their bingo card 3 years ago? Look at this Florida Panthers team, a team that once was not taken seriously entering the playoffs, a team that was easy to walk through. Now the most dominant team in the NHL, your Florida Panthers, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Draisaitl 7 points. It was indeed a low-scoring affair. Nobody over 7 points. 2 goals, 5 assists. Draisaitl and McDavid kept in check. When you get those guys to be negative on the ice and just under a point per game, you are doing something right. And we've seen that in this one. The goaltending was stellar on both sides. .936 save percentage by Bob. .933 by Stuart Skinner. Wow. Bob Skinner, outstanding. Nonetheless, that is going to wrap things up for this video. As always, if y'all enjoyed it, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribing. You never have to. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.